Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Thematic Transformations. Yes, the mysterious world of thematic transformations in the great masterpieces. And I gotta tell you, it's not really that hard to figure out, and it's fun. It's so much fun. Today's work of choice is Saint-Saëns' Organ Symphony, his Symphony number 3, one of the great examples of thematic transformation in the symphonic literature, because the entire thing is based on a motto theme, which is the principal subject of the first movement, and Saint-Saëns does the most wonderful things with it. You know, it's really sad, frankly, that Saint-Saëns gets so little credit for being the genius that he was. I mean, Tovey, the great Donald Francis Tovey, the great British musicologist from the first half of the 20th century, called Saint-Saëns the greatest composer who wasn't a genius, which is such a terrible thing to say, especially for someone who was a genius. And he was certainly more of a genius than Tovey. I mean, if anybody's heard any of Tovey's music, well, he could have used some of Saint-Saëns' non-genius. Anyway, the point is that it's an extraordinary work. It really is. For all of its popularity, it has substance. And if it didn't have the substance, it wouldn't have the popularity. And a lot of the substance, the repeatability of this grand and glorious piece of orchestral mayhem, is due to the fact that it depends for its cohesion on some marvelous transformations of its basic motive. Saint-Saëns himself acknowledged, wrote a little program note where he talks about how he does it. Actually, he doesn't talk about all of what he does, but, particularly the big transformation into the noble theme of the finale. But there's more. There's lots more going on. So let's get right to it, shall we? We've got, the Malmö Symphony Orchestra under Mark Sustro, a very good performance on Naxos, recent recording, actually, relatively recent. And let's hear that wonderful, wonderful theme, which is the beginning of the first movement. Once the allegro gets going, there's a slow introduction. But that's not the motto. The motto is this. Now, in its first appearance, as you may hear, it's quite nervous because of the double notes. Chugga 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 boom boom chugga 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 like that. It does that. Well, the actual motto is the harmonic or thematic outline, harmonic, thematic, whatever, of that tune. Ya da 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 da. If you double them, each note, you get ya da 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 da. The first movement, nervous theme. It's very twitchy. It's wonderfully neurotic. I love it. It just sounds so tense. But the actual theme is that outline. Ya da 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 ya da 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 boom, like that. So that's the main theme. And it's very, very easy to hear and remember whenever you hear it. It's so catchy, in fact, that Saint-Saëns is able to do wonderful things with it. I mean, at the very end of the first movement, it comes back pizzicato and a little major variation, which leads directly into the second movement. Now, the second movement has its own tunes. I mean, they're beautiful tunes with the organ, soft organ accompaniment to a gorgeous string cantilena. And then there's a beautiful central episode. Ya da da da, ya da da da, ya da da da, da 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 da. It goes like that for a while. And then when that dies away, the motto comes back very softly, pizzicato, plucked on the lower strings. Blum, 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 do, 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 do. Just like that. And gradually, the organ comes in bit by bit, and the rest of the orchestra joins in. And then, miracle of miracles, the main theme of the movement returns with the motto, still pizzicato in the strings, as an accompaniment to the main theme. And so they're combined. It's a marvelous moment. And here is the whole passage. It's somewhat lengthy, but you'll want to hear the whole thing because it's just fabulous how Saint-Saëns does this. Beautifully, beautifully done. So you get two for the price of one. You get the motto theme on the bottom and the strings, and then the gorgeous tune with the organ behind it and all that. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. So that's the first half of the symphony, because the symphony has four movements, but they're joined in pairs. 1 and 2 are attached, and 3 and 4 are attached. Now the third movement is a scherzo. And one of the things you begin to notice about this symphony is that there are family resemblances between these various themes. The opening theme of the scherzo is not the motto, unless it's the motto inverted somewhat. I mean, you might be able to make an argument, but I prefer not to, because there are easier places there where it appears. But it's da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 da. Because of its repeated note and its sort of fidgety character, it sounds a lot like the opening theme of the first movement. Chugga 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 chugga, like that. Then it's da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 da. So you've got very, very similar families of themes. But right after that, we actually get the motto in the woodwinds. Yudidum, budidum, 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 dudidum, dudidum, like that in the woodwinds. These little groups of 3, because all Saint-Saëns has to do is touch on the outline of the theme. Da, 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 da. Just remember that. It's almost like the Dies Irae theme, the Gregorian chant. Da, 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 da. It's very similar to that. So it's yadadum, badadum, 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 like that. It does that whole little thingy. So let me play you that. it's really delicious and charming, and you may miss it because it's very quick, but the harmonic sense of it, the outline of the tune, where Saint-Saëns touches the principal notes, it's just unmistakable. Here it is. So once we get that out of the way, there is another transformation of the motto theme. In the central sort of trio section, it's even faster. It speeds up throughout this movement. It's ya ta 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 with the piano, the piano's going around. It's lickety split, presto, really, really, really fast. You may not even notice it, but it is the motto theme, really, really quick. It goes off like that. It goes by in a blur, but ooh, how clever Saint-Saëns is being. Tovey hated that, by the way. He used cleverness as an insult. A composer was being merely clever when he wasn't being profound. Get it? No, that was ridiculous. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. So here is the really, really fast version of the motto theme. Does Saint-Saëns want you to hear it? I don't know. The point is, you do hear it. You may not consciously say, the motto. Yeah, sure, it's the motto. No, you don't have to. You don't have to at all. All you have to do is acknowledge the fact that, well, maybe it sounds a little familiar or maybe it doesn't, but it's in there. It's in your subconscious, and it's unifying the symphony as a sort of ongoing series of variations on this wonderful opening motto theme. So then we get, finally, it sort of peters out, the Scarzo. It's very, very beautifully, actually. And then the finale begins with huge crashing chords on the organ, and then the gorgeous, noble, sublime, rippling piano arpeggios. Some people think it's tacky. I prefer sublime. I really do. It's just amazing. This gorgeous, noble transformation of the motto. But we get a couple of them. You get the chorale sort of thing. Then it's played really loudly by the organ and orchestra, as a march, basically. And then a fugato, where it becomes the theme of the fugato in the strings. Ya-da-dum, ba-da-dum, 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 ba-da. There it is again. So you get 3 for the price of 1, basically, in this finale. I mean, there's just endless invention in this piece. And Saint-Saëns thinks of so many wonderful, wonderful ways to manipulate and transform his motto. So here is the opening of the finale in all 3 of its big transformations. But that's not all. No, 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 no. Because in the coda, we get a couple more. The coda's fun. The coda has this sort of jazzy version in the tuba. Da, 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 da. Trumpets. Yeah, na, 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 na. Tuba. Dum, dum, bum, 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 bum. Trumpets. Yeah, na, 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 na. Bum, bum. Organ. Anyway, I could do the whole thing, but you don't want to hear me do that. So it does that. And then it speeds up and gets into this enormous peroration where we get one last version before the end for full orchestra with organ and timpani going bum, 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 ba, da, 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 dum, like that. It does that thing, and then it goes on to the end. I'm going to play the whole coda, because how can we talk about Saint-Saëns Organ Symphony without playing the whole coda? I mean, you just got to hear it. The way it ends is that fabulous ending with the trumpets going, timpani pounding, dum bum boom boom bum boom 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 bum boom bum boom, pa-da. Oh, well, gosh. Let's listen to it. I can't stop myself. I'm sorry. It's driving Finster here crazy, right? She really cares. Hey, Finster. Yoo-hoo. I know. Yeah, she didn't run away. Even when I was singing. I think that's pretty cool. So let's listen to the end, shall we? Amazing. One of the great examples of thematic transformation. So deep, so profound, so beautiful, so mellifluous that even Finster, the biggest critic in the universe when it comes to this stuff, was willing to stick it out with me. How's that for cool? So keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.